What happens if you don't tip in the US? You get judged. It would be considered rude. In Irish terms, it would be like drinking rounds and leaving before you buy one. I was chased through the car park once. You won't get good service next time if they recognize you as a no-tipper. Do you have an accent and did the server hear you? In this case, they will likely judge your whole country. You end up on TikTok as someone who doesn't tip. Nothing happens. Realistically, the server or bartender may make a mental note that you are a jerk. It's possible but rather unlikely that they could refuse to serve you the next time you come in. Since in America you can largely refuse service for any reason, with some exceptions. I would not recommend returning to that establishment. Nothing happens but everyone will think you're a dick. The server would think you're a first-class jerk. Expect slow, rude service if you come back and are recognized. Stockholm Syndrome. The customer gets the blame instead of the employer. A big gang of restaurant owners got together in the 1920s and decided that tips would be a great way to have an excuse to lower salaries nationwide. Any criticism or attempts to unionize were met with accusations of being a commie or trying to steal from the poor owners. It worked. Sweden established a restaurant union in 1918. There have never been mandatory tipping culture in Sweden. Ever. Working as a waitress pays a living wage. But keep blaming the tourists. Good idea. The only experience I have in that situation is when the service was terrible. But occasionally the server will come and angrily ask for a tip while you are on the way out the door. That's really all there is to it. No penalty except judgment. Tips are optional here, but you'll definitely be seen as a prick by the server. Or they'll feel bad trying to figure out what they could have possibly done so wrong. You end up on social media. We hired a moving company. 3 guys total. When we were done, 2 of the guys went down to the truck and we were signing the final paperwork. We gave the 3rd guy the tip. In between him leaving our new apartment and going to truck 1 or the other guys headed back upstairs, banged on our door, and demanded to know why we didn't tip. What didn't we do a good job? Quote, there's something very unnerving about someone banging on the door of your new home and demanding extra money after you had to spend significantly more money because they charge by the hour and took several hours more than they quoted for the apartment sizes. We did tip and tip well, but it was worrisome to think about what would have happened if he'd determined the tip insufficient. I'm in Stockholm this weekend and in a cafe yesterday I asked the manager how I could add a tip to the card payment and he said there was absolutely no need to do so. We ended up spending all afternoon there and he brought us free bread. So chilled. I once paid with a credit card with 0% tip, but I left a cash tip on the table of 20%. I guess the waiter didn't see the cash and thought I tipped 0. The waiter and 3 other kitchen staff followed me out on the street and yelled at me. I was pissed and wanted to go and take my cash tip back, but didn't want to get in an altercation. I hate tipping. Just charge me more and pay your employees properly. Is food generally cheaper in the US because paying 20% extra would suck? And is it 20% of the pre-tax price? I was chased out the door by a server who demanded to know what was wrong with the service. I looked at her quizzically and she said, "You didn't tip." And I said, "I left a cash tip on the table," and she went back inside to get the tip. It was weird. So they chase you down in the parking lot if you don't tip. Someone will complain about it on Reddit.
If you enjoyed this video, Please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.